Thanks for staying with us for TV5 News at 9. Kidney for Kids continues to work to save children's lives one kidney at a time. Joining us this morning to tell us more about really a national campaign and also how you can help that mission this week, we have Brian Martindale. We appreciate you being here. I'm told you have a remarkable story about how all of this started.
Well, thank you. This all started back in 2012 when I saw a MLive story, and then the same night a story in TV5 about a 10-year-old girl who needed a kidney transplant. And I read the story, found out I was matching blood type, tested a few weeks later. We were a perfect match, as if we were siblings. We never met. We lived 4 blocks apart at the time. And she was 10 years old when she got my kidney. She is 23 now. Jessica's like a family member to us. She's perfectly healthy. She's actually getting a doctorate degree in neuroscience at Eastern Michigan University.
Wow.
So that's what started all of this.
And this was something you'd never done before, had been interested in. This was a stranger.
This was a stranger. I had met somebody almost 2 years prior, and Brett Laframboise, he was the first person I really knew personally battling kidney disease on active dialysis and needing a kidney transplant. And learning from him what somebody goes through, you know, on dialysis and facing kidney disease, I actually volunteered to be a paired donor to him because I didn't match him at blood type. He was disqualified from the transplant list for a period of time, and during that time is when I read this story. And just by chance, I built a clothing store for my clothing brand, and I ran out of chewing gum. And I literally walked to the party store next to the police station, or across from the police station in Bay City, and there was the MLive article of Bay City Times with this little girl in a princess outfit who needed a kidney. Mom stood under the street corner sign where Walmart is, just holding up a big pink sign that says, "My daughter's in kidney failure, please help me." And nobody offered to test. People offered her money while she stood there all day, but thank God MLive. And then TV5 showed up, and I saw both stories, you know, within 2 hours of each other, and I felt it was meant to be, and it was. And like I say, now we're 12 years out. She's doing great, and now we formed, since I had to retire from construction in 2022, just years of construction. I had to have shoulders rebuilt and some other stuff. So my wife and I invested a lot of our retirement into helping other children. In the meantime, I've mentored living kidney donors for the University of Michigan for 9 years. That's where I donated. And I learned there were almost 2,000 other kids on the transplant list who need a kidney today, and almost 10,000 more on dialysis or going dialysis, which means at some point they will need a kidney. So in 2022, I started this, what we call now, Driving for Life. And it was just me driving to transplant hospitals or other kidney organizations to advocate for donations to pediatric patients. Most adults wouldn't realize your full-size kidney can fit into a child as young as 2 years old.
Wow.
So we deal with some children, for example, that have had no kidney function since birth, born without kidneys, on dialysis from day one. Now imagine having a child that has to be on dialysis 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, which is usually done at night. And if a child's that small, having to be watched over or held, and, you know, staying awake for that period of time. And there's no days off for these children. So we go to transplant hospital, or children's hospitals. This last week, we just finished in Madison, Wisconsin, the first part of this 2025 Driving for Life trip. So we carry out these interviews, and we bring in families who have a child needing a kidney. And I'm just a living example. I'm 63 now. I'm 12 years old. I have one kidney, just like Jess has the other kidney. And I run around with the energy of a 30-year-old. And I tell people that you can do the same thing and live a very fulfilling life and save a child's life. And in doing these stories, and we've now matched 14 adult kidney donors with 14 children. Our goal by 2029 is to match 100 adult kidney donors with 100 children. So we'll do these trips continuously till then. We've now traveled over 25,000 miles. We've circled the earth literally to find kidney donors for children since 2022. And I now travel with a cameraman. We developed our own TV network, which is on Roku, called Good Karma TV. And so there's there's our executive producer, Charles Connolly, sitting next to me, filming, and then in the transplant hospitals, now we do extended interviews after the network interviews, along with the doctors and the families and the transplant staff. And this becomes a real reality show, not scripted, no dramatics. This is really what happens to get a child a kidney. And then those will continue for the next 4 to 5 summers.
Well, we want to mention these fundraisers you have in Bay City.
Yes.
Tell us about them.
Yes, well, today is the very first fundraiser. All 3 are titled Dine for Kids.
Dine for Kids.
So today we're going to dine for kids at Crazy Juan Mexican Restaurant and Steakhouse in Uptown Bay City. So between 5 and 8 tonight, if you come and just dine, that's all you have to do is come and eat, drink, enjoy their atmosphere, their authentic Mexican food, the wonderful view of the river, and 20% of the sales between 5 and 8 is donated to the Kidneys for Kids Family Assistance Fund. So another part of our mission is we provide up to $1,000 grants per family for costs not covered by insurance when their child goes through a transplant. And we have many applications. Right now we honestly can't fund, just like a lot of nonprofits. So we did first of a few fundraisers in this first part of our journey across the country. So these are 3 that are offered by generous Bay City business owners. Now, if you come Wednesday to Waterside H2O, that's the second one. And we want to thank Mark Wasarzart. Last year, he held a benefit for us at Waterside H2O on Kidneys for Kids Day. We were presented with Kidneys for Kids plaque by County Executive Jim Barsha to thank us for our work in finding kidney donors for children. So come to Waterside H2O on Wednesday from 5 to 8. There'll be music on the deck. Enjoy their food, just eat and drink, and patronize Mark and their family's wonderful restaurant. And again, 20% goes to Kidneys for Kids. And then Thursday, we have Midland Street. So Midland Street is the same thing. The Midland Street businesses that are participating, you'll see these signs in their windows if they're participating. Dine in their establishments, drink in their establishments between 5 and 8 o'clock again. First of all, between 5 and 7, we'll have acoustic and electric music on the West Town stage. And then from 7 to 8 at the end, we'll have line dancing being done on Midland Street. And because of your generosity in dining these nights, we're benefiting and these families are benefiting.
We appreciate it. If someone wants to get in touch with you or learn more about the organization and the work you do,
kidneysforkids.org. Very easy to find, and all of our socials are just Kidneys for Kids. We're all over Google. We're all over the place. We're not hard to find. You'll see our TV interviews in there on our website from this year's trip, and every way that you can help.
All right, Brian, thanks so much. Remember, too, we will put that link for you. It is in right now, hot links at WNEM.com. We're back in a moment.